introduction. My name is Sachin Bharat. I'm the founder, president of Ruja Life, which is a consulting company that helps entrepreneurs very simply achieve extraordinary exponential growth. Very quickly, the purpose of Ruja Life, Ruja actually means healing in my native tongue, which is Gujarati, which is a Northwest Indian dialect. Our purpose is to build a community of companies and consumers in an ecosystem that gives consumers access to the best tools and services for living healthier, longer, more fulfilling lives. Very excited to have this conversation today with Kaillie Humphries and Travis, her husband and my friend. Kaillie is a major force in Olympic bobsledding and has many achievements, both in her professional and personal life, which I'm just going to allow her to discuss. Amongst many achievements, she is a Olympic medalist for two countries, Canada and the USA. And instead of me speaking more about her, Kaillie, hi there, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
And Travis, we'll just get it going. Kaillie, how about, you get started a little bit about yourself and some of these incredible achievements that you've had in the sport and personally.
Yeah. So as you explained, my name is Kaillie Humphries. I am a 5-time world champion, 3-time Olympic gold medalist. I have 4 Olympic medals. I've also got a bronze, competing for 2 different countries. So I'm the only female in Olympic history to win Olympic gold for 2 different countries.
Wow.
The only 5-time world champion in the sport of women's bobsled. And I've been doing it for the better part of 2 decades. So I've been able to have a long career. And I can definitely say trying to stay on top is a lot harder than getting to the top. And I have had to explore many different options and techniques and challenges to try and continuously be better. It is a question I get quite often is, what continues to motivate you and how do you keep going? I love what I do. I am very passionate about being the best female athlete that I can possibly be and opening up more doors and avenues for other women long past when I'm gone. So within the sport, I've really advocated for gender equality. We now have a second event at the Olympics. The first Olympics ever we had a second event was women's monobob in 2022, where I won gold for Team USA. That was the first time ever we've had 2 events for women. Men have had 2 events in our sport since the 1930s, and we've always only ever had 1. And so I can now say that we have 2, and it was a lot of advocating. I competed against the men and for men for a lot of years, and eventually broke down the stereotype of women drivers aren't good enough, fast enough, or skilled enough, something I've heard for a majority of my career. And so I will continue to do so as long as I'm an athlete. And I've been very fortunate that the last couple of years, my husband, Travis, has been able to come on tour, and we've been able to do this together as a family, which...
The focus of today is to talk about Kaillie's experience with one of our portfolio clients called BrainTap, which is a meditation tool in the longevity space. And just a brief introduction, Dr. Patrick Porter, who's the founder CEO of BrainTap, he and I met through a personal relationship, and he was looking for somebody to come in to help his company make some major decisions in terms of corporate strategy, raising capital, was doing a major IT infrastructure migration and sales and marketing, and the stars aligned, and he brought me in as a strategic advisor. And as I was working with the company and the people, one of the things that I had heard over and over again is that it can be used for sleep and recovery. And maybe you just want to talk a little bit about the initial conversation that you had with Dr. Porter and the onboard.
Yeah. So like you said, we just, like, some of it just the stars aligned, and BrainTap was at a conference local here, and I was able to go over meet Dr. Patrick Porter. And the first time I saw BrainTap is I saw a row of people sitting with these headphones on and just looked peaceful as could be, resting. And so that's interesting. They all looked very peaceful. They would get up and they would just kind of relax. And then I saw that they would do a test before and after. And so I thought what was really great in talking with Dr. Porter and to you was they have a way to measure this technology. So it was a lot of conversations in one. It was, we know when it comes to high performance, sleep and recovery are two of the biggest things. And they're two of the hardest things to get and hardest things to achieve over a consistent basis. And so whether you're Kaillie and you're a gold medalist, or you're you and me, and we just have our professional lives, performance is still key. And so we know that rest, meditation, getting into certain states of the brain, focus, sleep, rest, is easier said than done. And so when Dr. Patrick explained, so not to make it easy, but all you have to do is put these on, drop these down. You drop these down, you select a meditation on your phone that your phone plays
Because it has an app.
Plays it to here. And then there's lights in the front, lights in the ears, and they sync up with the tune. So he's speaking way over my head. The major things I heard was sleep, rest, recovery, and focus. And doing it in a way that maybe is a little bit easier than going and spending 30, 40, 50 minutes and going to a certain place, because sometimes you just don't have the energy, so to speak, to really just immerse yourself into something, to where this is almost gamified, and it's something that we could do with Kaillie just on a whim. If she's tired in the afternoon, hey, toss this on, do a 20, 30-minute meditation. At least this was the idea. This is our conversation all up front with Dr. Porter. And so we said, well, this is a great idea. I experienced it at the conference. We brought Kaillie over, she experienced it. And you know, when you do it, you can tell something's different. You feel a bit more calm, relaxed. And so what was great is he showed me their diagnostic tool, what they call neural check. And so we saw right then and there is it reads different wavelengths in your brain. And so you might come in and just be revved out completely, and doing a 20-minute BrainTap session really balances your brain. And so then the challenge, like you said, was, well, we see it works in a area of a conference. What about over the season for Kaillie during bobsled? And so we took this device, we took the diagnostic tool, which, as we found out, we really don't need, because it works after a while. It's still fun to check sometimes.
That's awesome.
And so that was a conversation, and that was the big starting point. Explain to Kaillie, like, here's what it is. We know meditation's good. We know rest is essential. We know that focus is essential.
So Kaillie, why is sleep and recovery important for performance? And then how do you relate that at the Olympic level, but also on a day-to-day level for any of us human beings?
Yeah, well, like Travis said, performance is important for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're working in an office, you're a kid trying to get better grades in school, you're an Olympic athlete. Being able to perform or do daily tasks, what you want to get done, get your checklist done for the day, being able to do that, you only have so much bandwidth per day and energy. And so how much we have is very indicative, just like our cell phone, you plug it in, you want to start the day at 100%. And some days we don't. And as an Olympic athlete, I'm no different. Sleep and recovery are so important in making sure that you start the day at 100%. And so you can maximize, but not every day we do. And so, like Travis stated before, having something easy that I can do, throwing on, headphones, taking a 20-minute timeout or a 20-minute nap, doing a bit of meditation just helps bump up, my personal battery for a period of time. And especially in the space of being an athlete, being a bobsledder on tour, specifically for me, when I'm competing, I don't always have huge amounts of time, but I know that every single moment I'm in the sled, it's not just my life, it's another athlete's life that I'm responsible for. I have to be 100% focused. I have to be in the moment in order to maximize. Every single time I'm at the gym, I'm giving everything I have, and I come home and I'm exhausted. And sometimes I'm so tired that I can't do very much else, or I don't even want to sleep. You're just sitting there and your body doesn't even know how to rest. And so this gave us a tool. This gave me
Wow.
something else that I can utilize in order to help put my body in a specific state. It was something we could measure. At first, when we started using it, you know, we would measure before, do my 20-minute measure after, see the differences and how it was changing. We don't so much now. Now and Travis holds me accountable, which is great, and vice versa. Certain nights I'll put it on and I'll just fall asleep with it on. And sometimes in the middle of the day, I'm like, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. I did it today. I needed a nap today. And I was able to just put them on, and it really helps calm me down. It really helps with the music, syncing up with the lights. It really helps put my body and my brain in the right zone in order to recover. So instead of just lying down and sitting there and scrolling on my phone and getting stuck in that wheel or that loop, or staring at the ceiling, it helps provide my body. I'm not having to count sheep. I put the headphones on with the lights and the music and the sound. It really helps just put me into that relaxation state. And it's made a lot of difference.
You know, I mean, like, no surprise. I mean, I've heard this from quite a number of people who use BrainTap, and it was one of the very compelling reasons why I decided to work with the company, because one of my core in terms of, you know, identifying clients to work with, you know, I'm very conscious of, do they have products and services that are helping humans heal or, you know, live longer, more healthier lives? And I've heard this so many times about this specific company, and I'm so happy that your experience was very similar. The app has many different types of meditation tracks, and would be good to hear what some of your favorite ones are, what you've been using more of. Thank you.
Yeah, Travis.
Pull it up, actually.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
pull it up.
This is what we just did, actually. So
we did the tissue regeneration. It was a 66-minute gamma meditation. Understanding that you can get different wavelengths with the lights that'll occur, and Travis will be able to talk more scientifically a little bit on everything, but certain tracks I did not like. I can tell you that. And it wasn't that the music wasn't there. The lights and the way that it hit my eyes and the way that they flash it on certain days,
Sure.
I was very sensitive to, and other days I wasn't. And so we would pick a track at the beginning because it was good for sleep or it was good for recovery. And within the first minute, I was like, we got to switch the track. I need something else. So I know there's ones that he'll routinely go to, especially at nighttime. But what's cool is that there are so many different tracks depending on what you're looking for. Are you looking for recovery? Are you looking for deeper sleep? Are you in a sympathetic or a parasympathetic state? And what are you looking to maximize? And so you really can go through the list, and it's also time dependent.
Travis had mentioned to me that you had exposed the BrainTap tool to some of your Olympic colleagues, your teammates, sorry, and what did they say about it? Any kind of feedback?
We gave it to my brakeman, my one teammate from this season. So both of us compete together in bobsled in the women's 2-man event. So we had her do it a couple times. Mostly we wanted to measure kind of where she was, and then doing BrainTap a couple times and where she would be after. And then I also have one of my girlfriends who's an ultimate fighter in the MMA, and she went and did it as well. And it was interesting to see from a high level of performance as an athlete, as a female athlete, just our baselines even, and how different they are or were, and then how we could make them better and what BrainTap did for them. And
it's really amazing. I mean, having spent a lot of time with Patrick and his team, and just his background and to see his passion and the things that they say about this product, and to actually now hear it directly from somebody close to me and see their experience coming from it is really just adds to the level of confidence that I have in Patrick and his company and what they're trying to do. So here we are. It is April 27th, and you know, time just keeps ticking away. Maybe just a quick, you know, what are some of your goals for the rest of the year?
Season ended end of February, early March. Usually I'll take a month or two off. So I spend 10 months of the year training and competing, 10 or 11. So I need some downtime. So I've taken March and April off from training. I still do some just to stay a bit active, get the blood flow.
Like, so completely no training at all, no working out.
I'll do a bit of working out. I'll ride the bike for 30 minutes, or I'll
Okay.
take the dog on some walks, like hour walks, and I'll do little like movement stuff. I'll make sure that I'm up to date on chiro and acupuncture and therapy, so that my body is coming off of being the most trained and tuned it's ever been to just doing not very much. And then part of that is also recovering and building, allowing my muscles to rebuild, allowing any tears or issues that I've had throughout the season to reset, and just allowing my body to heal and my mind to heal. Pushing the limits every single year in your body, especially as I get older. I'm 37, turning 38 this year. I've been doing this since I was 18. So it's been 20 years of continuously trying to be bigger, faster, stronger every single year. It's challenging. And so I have to take my time off. So I took 2 months off this year, and I'll really start getting back into it probably next week. And aside from that, Travis and I are currently trying to grow a family, build a family, have kids. It's something we've put off for a while, but not something that's easy. I have endometriosis. So it's been the last 2 years of doing IVF to try and grow our family. So we're going to continue with doing that this summer, and we'll see what happens. And I want to ideally, my goal is the 2026 Olympics, and to be able to go and defend my Olympic title there. But we also want to have a family. So how can I be the best mother I can be and have kids, and also still be the best in the world in sport, and make all of that come together?
I'm really appreciative that you guys made the time here to share your story, your experience with BrainTap, your personal journey, your achievements, and just really lucky to have you in my circle of friends and in this community.